my name's Dawn. I came to see Johan in the Wight Relaxation Room about a year and a half ago. I first discovered HypnoBirthing quite by accident actually. I was pregnant with my first child. My husband and I didn't actually know we were going to ever have a family. So when we found out I was pregnant, I wanted the birth of my daughter, as it turns out, to be one of the happiest days of my life. It was only going to be one day of my life, as I thought then, and I wanted it to be a great experience. I didn't want it to be something that I approached with fear or terror. I wanted to embrace everything about being pregnant and everything about giving birth to my daughter. Someone had happened to mention about hypnobirthing, and I happened to pick up one of Johan's leaflets at a local hospital. I came along to see Johan to discover hypnobirthing and all its fabulous qualities, probably around about week 30, 32 of my pregnancy. During the sessions, Johan and I discussed birthing fears, all the positivity, the design of a woman's body to become a mother and to birth a child properly. And interestingly enough, during the sessions there was a lot of fear was released in me that I hadn't discovered that I had at the time. The hypnobirthing sessions were very relaxing, very encouraging, and I discovered that not only was I preparing myself mentally for the birth, but also the action of being a mother and the post-birth fears that I was facing. Things like, what if I didn't like being a mum? What if I was rubbish at being a mum? Financial constraints, the pressure it puts on a family and your relationship with your partner. All these fears were addressed during the hypnobirthing, which I found to be hugely beneficial. Aside from the sessions, the hypnobirthing sessions I did with Johan, I actually had to prepare myself mentally by doing relaxation techniques at home, listening to the CD, reading the book, reading the manual, talking myself through a lot of scripts, doing breathing techniques, and that mental preparation was very, very valuable in the actual birthing of my daughter. On the day that I went into labour, it was quite incredible. When I first went into labour, I didn't even know I was in labour. I experienced some cramps, and after a while discovered that, well, these cramps have definitely got a bit of a pattern to them. So I put on my CD and did my breathing techniques, phoned the hospital, and the hospital said to me, well, it sounds like you're possibly in the early stages of labour, but you know, you seem relaxed enough. I said, well, yeah, I'm definitely relaxed. I'm doing breathing techniques, I'm doing hypnobirthing, so I feel quite relaxed and calm. And the midwife said to me, right, you need to come to the hospital fairly quickly because hypnobirthing mums, they go very quickly. So at that point we got our bag together and our CD player together and off we went to the hospital. During this journey the surgeries were getting more and more powerful, and I was still doing my breathing techniques and my relaxation techniques, and by the time I actually got to the hospital it turns out that I was 7 centimetres dilated and the baby was well and truly on its way. I still felt calm and relaxed, and 2 hours later my daughter Orla was born, and it was quite an incredible experience. The birth itself, there was no drugs used. The labour was timed at 4.5 hours long. I breathed through the whole experience. For me there was a small bit of pain, I would say, involved, but there was absolutely no fear attached to it. I climbed inside myself, did my visualizations, did my breathing, and it was just such a calm, wonderful experience. The hospital were very supportive of my wishes. I played my CD all the way through, and it was just wonderful. It was everything that I'd hoped for. It was the one day of my life that I'd hoped it would be, and it was just fabulous. So fabulous that I've come back to see Johan, as there is a second one on the way, and we're back for a refresher course because I know that every mother deserves to have a wonderful experience of birthing, not something to be feared or approached with, you know, real anxiety. It should be. Our bodies are designed to give birth, and if it's done with love and relaxation, it's just a wonderful experience. During all of this, my husband, who was quite supportive of my wishes of hypnobirthing, wasn't quite sure what to make of it all. He was happy to come along and support me, but probably in the back of his mind somewhere thought, well, we'll wait and see. However, after having been with me and held my hand through it all and been blown away by what an incredible experience it was and how relaxed and peaceful and humorous at points even it was, he is now a massive fan of hypnobirthing and also believes that any woman about to give birth deserves to hypnobirth because it is quite wonderful.